3.5 to 3.9% real estate commission and get all the service that you should. Benefit Realty. You pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com.
Time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. A high of 76 today with sunshine, a low of 49 this evening, and a chance of showers. Sunday, a high of 65 and mostly sunny. Monday, a high of 70 with sun. Tuesday, showers and storms with a high of 70. And Wednesday, a high of 70. Still, that slight chance of storms. In Madison, you're seeing temperatures like 62 degrees and mostly sunny. In Green Bay, 64 degrees with plenty of sun in the sky. Waukesha, 62 degrees and cloudy. Right here in Milwaukee, 55 degrees, mostly cloudy. I'm Jack Grouse, Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:07.
The following program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma brands. Need a vacation? Whether it's the trip of a lifetime or a weekend getaway, we can help. This is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Hey, I'm on vacation every single day, every single day.
Good morning, Dayton Kane and Rose Gray on May the 4th, and I'm not going to say it.
You go ahead. May the 4th be with you.
How many times am I going to hear that? Okay, welcome, Rose.
Thank you.
I hear we have a special guest ready to jump on right with us this morning.
We do, because we had so many requests for her that we made sure we made it happen.
Colleen Alsberg, how are you this morning?
Good morning, my friends. I am doing great on this gorgeous, sunny spring real day. It's wonderful.
Well, speaking of spring, you had an opportunity to take a group to Japan for cherry blossom time. You returned about, 2 weeks ago, maybe? 10 days?
No, about a week ago.
Oh,
actually.
just a week ago.
Last week, Thursday.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
Because actually, people thought you were going to be on Saturday, and I thought you were still a little jet lagged. Maybe we wanted to get you on when you were fresh. So, Colleen, if you could give us a recap of the trip, and then maybe even tell us a little bit about what were the highlights, and would you consider returning?
Absolutely. This was my first trip to Japan, and I think it was the first Fox group vacation that we took to Japan as well. And I had a nice, we had a medium-sized group. There were 23 of us, so it was like a perfect amount of folks. And from the moment we landed in Japan, I kind of was like a little bit overwhelmed. It's an absolutely fun, beautiful, clean, lovely people type of country. We spent a few days in Tokyo and really got to know the city. And what really was overwhelming to me was the fact that even when we got stuck in traffic, people were kind. They didn't beep. They let you in. Everybody was so respectful and lovely. The Japanese people are very, very shy, and I had to explain our sense of humor to our guide many times. And she was like, "Oh, okay," and I'm like, "Oh, just let it go. Okay, go. It's okay." So we did some really neat things. They have this beautiful, almost like a central park in Tokyo. That's when we first started to see the beautiful shrines and the temples that are throughout the entire country. And then we went up into the mountain areas, and Japan actually has the Japanese Alps. We were very fortunate that we did see Mount Fuji in all her glory. So chalk one up for my luck with mountains. And we stayed at two beautiful little resort towns in lovely accommodations with views of the mountains, and saw more gardens and temples. And another thing that I thought was pretty cool was that all the cherry blossoms that were out, they were more prevalent up in the mountainous regions. They're not fruit-producing cherry blossoms. They're just basically beautiful, and they run up and down the mountains and all over, and they're all different colors and types of blossoms, and just absolutely amazing. And the azaleas were out also for us. We got a chance to ride the bullet train, which was thrilling, really kind of cool. Then we went down to Kyoto and to Nara, and we got to mingle with the bowing deer, and they really do bow to you before you give them a cracker. Everything about the trip was very peaceful. It was very kind. It was definitely my highlight of this year, and it was only April, so I was really very blessed to take this trip with a wonderful group of folks, and absolutely, I would return.
So that was what I was going to ask. So I don't know that it would be on the docket for 25, but I'm guessing your department might seriously be looking at it for 26.
I think we're going to throw it back on for 26 because now that I've been there, I can speak more about it to the folks and really give them an idea of how it's going to be, and I absolutely would love more people to experience it.
Fabulous. Well, thank you for sharing that. So people should not be afraid of Japan and not be afraid of crowds and all of those kinds of things. We should give a shout out to Globus Family of Brands because that was the people you were traveling with.
That is correct. Yeah, they did an amazing job. We had two fantastic drivers, big coaches on very narrow little lanes. And we had Keiko Ono was our guide, and she was a sweet, sweet lady. She walked us like crazy. There were days where we were walking 2 miles for sure. I mean, it's not for the faint of heart. There was a lot of uphill walking and things like that. So just kind of keep that in mind too.
Fabulous.
As I watched your photos on Facebook throughout the week that you were there, the word magical kept coming in my mind. Like it just looks like a completely different world than I've ever seen.
It really was. The colors were just fantastic, especially when we got to some of the temples where you had the lanterns and the golden statues and the golden temples. It was every time you turn, or there's a big orange temple situated in that lush, beautiful sage green spring color in the mountains. So, yeah, it was absolutely magical. That was perfect, Dayton.
Yeah. All right. When we come back, you've got another thing that you announced this week that we want to talk to you about, so don't go anywhere. Colleen Ellsberg with us, Rose Gray, Dayton Kane. It is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Your drink, sir?
This virtual vacation is brought to you by Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport. For the full experience, visit flymke.com to explore our many nonstop destinations. With super convenient parking and low fares, flying from Milwaukee makes traveling so easy, it's like starting your vacation early. Fly easy, fly MKE.
It's great to get back home when your castle grounds are grand. Outdoor Living Unlimited is a company that does just that. As in their name, your outdoor living can be grand and the possibilities are unlimited. Patios, decks, water and fire features, lighting, pathways, pergolas, outdoor kitchens. Unleash your imagination out there. Then turn Outdoor Living Unlimited loose. Travel the world and always come home to your dream destination. Start with a voyage to Brookfield's OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
You're off to see the wonderful world, and then it's back to your own castle. Make sure yours is beautiful and up to date. Siding Unlimited, Wisconsin's best contractor for everything on the outside of your castle, welcomes you home to the best it can be. You should not have to worry about your home's integrity while you are away. Let Siding Unlimited ensure it with all the best exterior products. Hometown Siding Unlimited is recognized as one of the best contractors in America by the manufacturers of the nation's best products in siding, roofing, decks, and especially windows. They have the awards. Take the initiative and Siding Unlimited will make you proud to come home every time, whether it's from an exotic tour or from the grocery store. Set up an appointment with Siding Unlimited for your castle renewal now, and we'll see you when you get back. Bon voyage from Siding Unlimited, and then welcome home. SidingUnlimited.com.
We find the best way to protect and uphold the reputation of our business is to hire good people and then take care of them. We really do love the people that work for us, and we care about what's in their best interest. And what that means to you is this: who do you really want on your job? Someone who's maybe underpaid or doesn't feel appreciated, might not have paid vacations or great work benefits? Our folks have all of these things and more. Vito and I make sure they feel appreciated, because happy people do happy work. There's a culture we're building here at Semper Fi that brings respect back to a very hard job. And that's why we know that our crews are going to do the kind of work that you expect. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Planning a vacation? We've got you covered. You're listening to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Evan filling in for Isaac in the producer's booth today. You can give us a call at 855-616-1620. And Colleen just recapped her Japan trip, and this music is appropriate. But Colleen's still on with us because you made a big announcement this week, and we want to find out what's going on with that.
Yeah, I'm actually, this is awesome because we kind of didn't do this for about 2 years, and we're bringing it back. We're bringing back the Fox World Appreciation Vacation. And this is just a trip that we put together for our alumni and their friends, so anyone is welcome. But we just want a week of fun and sun. And this year we're going to be heading to Costa Rica.
Costa Rica!
Yeah, I know Dayton likes Costa Rica. So we are going to be staying at a newer resort. It's Planet Hollywood, Costa Rica. It's a kind of an upscale resort, about a half an hour from the Liberia Guanacaste Airport. So by the time we fly out of Chicago and get into Costa Rica, we'll check in and be ready to rock for the whole week. We've got some private group events that we're going to do. We've got a special farewell dinner. But this resort just looks fantastic. So if anybody wants to take a peek at online and check out Planet Hollywood Costa Rica, you'll understand how cool it is. And it's all inclusive. So the whole week we'll just have some fun. We're including air from Chicago. We've got transfers in Costa Rica. They can pick a junior suite or an ocean view. It'll just be a week of nothing or everything. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
And I love this because on our website, foxworldtravel.com, you can find this trip under Travel to Exotic Destinations, along with New Zealand and Turkey and Istanbul. So they're considering your Fox World Appreciation Vacation with Colleen Alsberg as exotic.
I know, isn't that kind of fun? Well, I mean, Costa Rica kind of is exotic.
I was going to say, you've got a great destination, and traveling with Colleen is oftentimes exotic, so that'd be great.
So you're staying at an all-inclusive. This must be on the Pacific side then, right?
Yes.
Yes. So that's the drier side of Costa Rica. There's like a more jungly side on the other side. So this is going to be the drier side. When we went there this year, by far the best thing I did while I was there was to go on an ATV tour because it took us through everything, rivers and mountains and you name it. We went through little villages and got to see how people live, and it is exotic. There's a lot of things there, monkeys just in the trees and birds you've never seen before, and it's quite a place to go.
And we always want to remind everybody that that's actually where zip lining was invented.
We did that as well.
Real
Yes.
zip lining. I do not mean to badmouth anybody else's experience, but if you go above the treetops in Costa Rica and do some zip lining, I am telling you, it will be unforgettable.
If you are afraid of heights, do not go on some of these, though, because you're up high. Like, this was the highest zip line I'd ever been on. I was like, wow, that's a long way down. It was awesome. It was great, but you got to be prepared for it. Just be prepared for it. So that's where you're taking everybody, huh?
Yeah, and it's February 1st to the 8th of next year, so it's the perfect time to get out of some of the winter weather. And so I'm just really looking forward to getting back to Costa Rica and doing more things. This will be my third trip to Costa Rica, and I'm just excited to see my friends again and get everybody together, and we will welcome anybody and everybody who would like to join us.
Well, and we used to call this the alumni trip, right? So we've morphed that into the appreciation vacation because you don't have to be an alumni to go on this trip, correct?
Correct. This is open to anyone and everyone, but I will say that the alumni folks that have traveled on Fox groups before, they're going to be the first to book, and they are already starting to book, so this will sell out fast.
Exactly. So you know what they say in Costa Rica, pura vida, right? Mm-hmm. Which means good life or chill out or whatever you want to, however you want to interpret that. And that's what you're looking to do on this trip, right?
Absolutely, and we've, it's such a great resort too. We're going to give them some spa discounts as well. So why not really relax? And they've got everything. They've got the pools and the swim-up bars and the 24-hour room service. So We'll have some entertainment. We'll have some fun. I'm just looking forward to a relaxing week with good friends and new friends.
All right. So more information, foxworldtravel.com. You go to the left of the logo and you will see menu. You go to vacation travel and then you go to group travel and then you go to Fox Group Vacations and you will find travel to exotic destinations. Right at the top of that list is Fox World Appreciation Vacation for 2025 along with New Zealand, Turkey, and Istanbul. And then 2 more that we're going to highlight after we take the next break.
Okay, that's my cue. You're listening to the Fox World Travel Show. We will take calls and texts as well at 855-616-1620. Thanks for listening to WTMJ.
Planning a getaway? Reserve a parking space that includes superior service and value. Exec Park is the only local family-owned valet parking serving travelers using Mitchell Field for over 42 years. Exec Park has an even greater deal for a limited time just for WTMJ fans. It's just $8.50 a day with cash payment when you mention WTMJ. To get terrific valet parking at this amazing rate, make your required parking reservation today. Call 414-747-1000 or visit execpark.com and tell them you're a fan of WTMJ.
Since 1955, Geist Garage Doors has been the trusted authority in Wisconsin. Hey, it's Greg Matzik. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Give my friends at Geist a call. Doors and openers for every budget are available, and they'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. Check out geistdoors.com or call 262-784-4250. Or do what I did. Check out their amazing showroom in Brookfield featuring hundreds of doors, openers, and their custom design room. Wherever you are in southeast Wisconsin, don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
The sooner you address your joint pain, the better. You really don't want your pain to become chronic, to a point when surgery may become your only option. Address your joint pain issues early and calm down that inflammation and increase your mobility. Get the joints moving again and the blood circulating. That could be very beneficial. Plus, why not just feel better sooner? By coming to Rejuvenex, at the very least we can alleviate your pain, so you can feel and move better to help you live a better quality of life. Don't you deserve at least that? Multi-joint treatments at Rejuvenex can cost as little as, well, nothing. That's because we are in network with almost all major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid. So you really have nothing to lose, except a very good chance of living with a lot less pain. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics, where we can alleviate your pain and rejuvenate your life.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Take your travel tips from the travel experts. Welcome back to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Good morning, Dayton Kane here with Rose Gray. It is going to be scattered rain this afternoon, but tonight the storm's kind of rolling through around 7 o'clock or so. 68 for a high at the lake, 76 inland, and it shouldn't affect your day. It should be a beautiful day in southeastern Wisconsin. WTMJ talking text line 855-616-1620. But Rose, I see a couple new trips here at foxworldtravel.com, including one September 6th through the 17th next year, and your name is on it.
I am very excited to announce that in this upcoming year, 2025, September, I am going to Morocco. And I was supposed to go to Morocco in 21, and there was a little thing called the pandemic that prevented that from happening. So I put it on the back burner for a little while and decided to really, really do it up again this coming year, September 6th through the 17th, Moroccan Discovery with me, Rose Gray. It's very in-depth. And again, unlike some of them, including our Tuscany trip where we headquarters someplace and go out, Morocco doesn't really lend itself to that. We're not going to stay in one region. So we're going to be doing Casablanca, of course, Fez, Erfoud, Ouarzazate, a couple other places, including Marrakesh, that I've always wanted to do. So the entire itinerary is on that website. It's 12 days. And you can book that on your own, but that's the kind of trip that I think people are going to say, I need to speak to somebody about this. So certainly get all the information, but then go ahead and give us a call at 866-GO-FOX-GO, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and get that rolling. I feel like because we had a fair amount of people already booked for 21 and we offered it to them already Thursday and Friday of last week, we're going to start seeing the bookings rolling in.
So I have a question, because you have these cool maps now on the website that show the itinerary.
Yeah.
I see a 1, 1, 2, 1. Are those the days you're in that area?
Number nights we're going to be spending
Okay,
there. Yep,
gotcha.
exactly. So we are bouncing around a fair amount, but when you go in depth in Morocco and you just don't, my one and only experience for Morocco was when I was also in Spain, and then we added on Morocco, and all I did was Rabat, Casablanca, and Fez. So I didn't do everything I wanted to do, and we are this time.
Awesome.
In depth.
So at foxworldtravel.com, under group vacations, I do see next to Moroccan Discovery, Colors of Peru.
Yes.
So what's that one all about?
So we've been having so many requests for this that August 17th to the 27th, 11 days where we will be doing Lima, the Sacred Valley, Machu Picchu, Cusco, and back to Lima. And I will tell you, we are being careful with this one where we are qualifying the potential guests. This one will require some walking, and we also talk to people about their physical abilities to handle something, especially in the higher altitudes. So we will have that conversation. But finally, so excited to let you know that for those of you who are hoping to explore Machu Picchu, one of those many, many, many wonders of the world that someday will not be accessible to all of us because of the environment, this is your time to do it now.
So what is this temple or church or that? Looks amazing.
Exactly. So when you go to the Sacred Valley and when you go to Machu Picchu, it's something that you're never going to forget. It's such a unbelievable experience that people come back from this trip and just say, why are we not going to South America more?
Yeah.
Right? Why is this such a last on the bucket list for so many people? But yes, so just mind-blowing, beautiful ancient history that you're exploring in the Sacred Valley and learning all about the indigenous people to that area, and their culture is unique and not like anything you've ever really seen.
Looks awesome. So Moroccan Discovery with Rose Gray in September of next year, Colors of Peru in August of next year. Nobody's on that one, or you just don't know who yet?
We don't know who yet.
Okay.
We have not made all the assignments yet.
We talked about the appreciation vacation that is now up there as well. Do we have more to go through?
We have more to go through, and we do want to let everybody know that Colleen had to leave the call, but she wanted everybody to know she added another Alaska because our Alaskas are selling out so quickly for 25. So take a look at that as well.
People are traveling.
People are traveling.
You know, we've got 4 big TV screens here in the studio. Just looking at that, I need a vacation because everything going on in the world, it's like, can we just get away and not think about anything for a week or two?
Precisely.
That would be nice. So, yes, get your calls and texts in, 855-616-1620. Diane in Colgate, I see you on the phone. We'll get to you as soon as we get back, but we need to go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Jack Grau. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning. Milwaukee police are investigating a fatal crash that occurred around 9:18 Friday night near the intersection of 27th and Locust. A vehicle fled police after being stopped for having a stolen plate. The vehicle ran a red light, striking a van traveling west on Locust. The van rolled over and hit a third vehicle. The driver of the first vehicle was arrested after a pursuit on foot. One passenger of the van impacted second was killed. Passengers in the third vehicle were treated at the scene. Charges are pending. The Madison Fire Department has reached a separation agreement with a firefighter accused of dealing cocaine out of a fire station. Fire Chief Chris Carbon announcing the agreement Friday. Firefighter EMT Trevor Wiggins was charged last month with maintaining a drug trafficking place, possession with intent to deliver cocaine, manufacturing or delivering cocaine, and possession of narcotic drugs. Prosecutors say that Wiggins made some cocaine deals at the Madison Fire Station number 12 on South Point Road. Wiggins' next court appearance is set for May 6th. And the 105th season of the West Allis Farmers Market opens today. New vendors joining the market this year include Flush with Mushrooms, Moon Cherry Sweets, Semolina MK Pasta, and others. You can hear local musicians from June through October on Thursdays and Saturdays. The market season has new hours this year, Tuesday and Thursday noon to 5, and Saturday 1 to 5. Taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving, time saver traffic. Nothing major across the Milwaukee traffic system. No major slowdowns or complications. Wherever you're driving to should be a smooth ride getting there.
Traffic is sponsored by Richlawn's Tire and Service Center.
Richlawn's Tire and Service Centers. 5 locations and all easy to find. Visit richlawns.com when you're due for service.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Chance of some evening showers today with a high of 76 and a low of 49 this evening. On Sunday, a high of 65 inland, 62 by the lake. Monday to start the week, mostly sunny and a high of 70. Tuesday, showers and storms are likely with a high of 70. Wednesday, high of 70. Chance of showers and storms. I'm Jack Grau, Sighting Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is approaching 9:32.
May 13th is the start of Law Enforcement Week. Join the truth as we share a special program, Too Black, Too Blue. Voices of black officers living in the double consciousness of two disjointed worlds. Stay tuned for more.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
One of the best things about being in business for 25 years is having clients recommend AccuNet to their now adult children for help buying their first homes. That's how I connected with Dan and Allison, and let me tell you, they were fast learners. They quickly embraced our most powerful tool for winning offers, Appraisal Wiggle Room. Their first offer was $15,000 over asking and included a provision which AccuNet guaranteed they could afford to make, that they would still pay the higher offer price even if the appraised value came in up to $15,000 short. The result? Accepted offer versus several others on the very first try. And by the way, if the appraisal had come in $15,000 short, which it did not, Dan and Allison would have needed exactly $0 extra at the closing table. If you think all mortgage lenders are the same, think again. Go with a multi-generation mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Hey, John Mercure here for Floor Coverings International. They just did the flooring in our house, and it is stunning. Carpet, luxury vinyl plank, in and out quickly. They rolled up with that mobile flooring showroom. Incredible. Came in, walked us through everything. The installation was quick and easy, and it is absolutely gorgeous. FCI, the stars of flooring. Each Floor Covering International business is independently owned and operated. They are the real deal. Go to FCIfloors.com for a free consultation. They'll transform your home. FCIfloors.com.
Plan a perfect vacation, no matter your budget. This is the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane here with Rose. You can find the Fox World Travel Show podcast on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts. Also at foxworldtravel.com. They post that by Monday, I believe, so you can get it there as well. So before we get into some of these texts and calls, quickly, we talk a lot of group travel on this show, but what does Fox World Travel all cover?
So Fox World Travel is a multifaceted, full-service travel agency that does vacation travel, business travel, meetings and incentives travel within the vacation scope. We also do destination weddings. So literally everything for all of your needs. And more and more people are talking a little bit about this artificial intelligence. I've been playing around with a couple of different chat bots and a couple different new websites that are AI driven. And they're great. They're absolutely great for the do-it-yourselfer who wants to get some suggestions. But in the end, when you really want somebody to take your needs and wants and desires and limitations or requests into consideration as you're making these bookings, I think a human being is your best option. Yeah. And we've got human beings at Fox World Travel.
There are so many fake things on the internet. I would hate put my information into anything that I did not know there was somebody trusted on the other end.
Right. And I've tried it. I mean, I don't want to be one of those negative Nancys who just says artificial intelligence is ridiculous, because I use it oftentimes to help me in some of my writing, or there's lots of ways you can use it. But what I'm seeing is when I do it, it gives me a lovely list of must-dos and highlights and all of those kinds of things. When anybody can get that from Googling a destination. But if they want to talk to somebody and say, what do you think is valuable? Or we're very into food, or we're not at all into wine, or we hate museums, or
Right.
you can give more information and we can qualify your trip a little bit better by talking to you.
That contact us form at foxworldtravel.com has a space where you type in all of that type of information so that before somebody even calls you, it can get to the right person who can handle your request.
Exactly.
So fill out as much information as you can when you go there. Let's go 855-616-1620 over to Diane in Colgate. Good morning, Diane. What's your question?
Oh, good morning. We are spending 4 days in Basel, Switzerland at the end of a river cruise this coming September, and I'm looking for some recommendations for day trips from Basel.
Yeah, so you can probably do. Let me think a second here. I'm pulling up a map, so I'm not going to give you something that's absolutely unrealistic. When you get off of the cruise ship, the first thing I'm going to recommend is, what river company are you sailing with?
Viking.
Okay. Ask somebody, usually one of the tour directors or something like that, what they think would be some good options for you, because oftentimes they are going to be your best resource. So Basel is right on the Rhine River, so you're going to get off there essentially, and then you're going to have that to do. There are a couple of different museums in that area. Also, something to consider. Although we have a fabulous zoo here in Milwaukee, the zoo there is also pretty well respected and world renowned. So you might want to take a trip and do that. Then you will have some opportunities to do, I'm trying to see if you can get all the way to Lucerne from there in a day, because that's also something that, do you already have your 4 nights hotels booked?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
yeah.
so we do definitely want to stay there then. The other thing I would recommend that you do is take a look at a company called Viator, Viator. That's a reputable company that we would work with to make those reservations for our customers. And you can go online and take a look at those, and they will give you some good options as well. I know there's also a pretty famous toy museum in Basel, and there's also a fine arts museum. So a lot of those Via tours are going to be half-day tours where they will take you around the city, and then they're going to give you some suggestions with what to do on the remainder of the day. And then I do think they would offer some day trips, and they make sure that you're going to be able. If you can get on a train, I would definitely suggest that, because if you can get up on the train system, it's fabulous and wonderful. And I think you probably got about 2 days worth of stuff in Basel itself, and then probably want to go on 2-day trips as well. So give Via Tours a look and see what they've got to offer.
Okay. A friend of mine had suggested going to Zermatt.
Zermatt is
seems
amazing.
like it's really
it's far.
Way far away.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's far. I don't know. That's what I was quickly grabbing at a map here to see if you could actually make Zermatt in a day. I'm not sure. That's why I was asking if you had all 4 nights spoken for.
Okay.
But if you take a look at
Yeah,
Viator, they would let you know if you actually can do it. Lots of times if you do a private tour where you literally are getting on a small Zimmer or a larger van, and they've got a few people that are doing this, they can make it happen. You might be leaving at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you might be coming home by 8 o'clock at night, but they may be able to accomplish something like that.
Okay, well, thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much.
Thanks, Diane. Enjoy that trip. 855-616-1620, the WTMJ talk and text line. So, Rose, I'm seeing we've been talking a lot of 2025. Can I still go on trips this year?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so there's still trips up there.
There are definitely still trips. We've got a few little things that are listed. I think way at the very bottom of our website, of that page, you will see that we do have a few things left, limited availability or sold out. So I know, for example, the Gene Miller trip is sold out. Last time I looked, there actually was some space on the Iceland adventure. Last time I looked, we could still get people on the Battles Bavaria and Germany Reborn trip, which is happening August 1 through August 14th. Colleen has space available on a Denali trip on the 4th through the 18th. a few seats there. Steve Scafidi has a little bit of space left on the German grandeur trip. So there are some out there if you're looking to go. We find now that that revenge travel that was happening after COVID has subsided somewhat. So we don't see so many people that are just, booking really close in.
Right.
But honestly, if you look at our 25, French Rendezvous, Paris to Rome, cities, countryside, and canals. Fascinating Poland. I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks, our good friend Diane will be on with us, who will be leading that particular tour, and she can give us some insight on that particular trip. We know that Tuscany Vineyards and Cuisine is going to sell out because it was so popular last year. We sold 2 of them out. So take a look at those. And then also, if there's something that you don't see, that doesn't mean we can't offer it. These are our group offerings.
Right.
And so clearly, we're always going to be able to accommodate you, whether it's what we call an FIT, which is a foreign independent travel package, meaning you have very specific requirements, very specific wants and needs of what it is you want to see, and we can put that together for you. Or if you really like the idea of being in a small group, we have a number of companies we work with that offer small group trips, 20 or under, and those are going to be something we can offer you as well. So we never say no to anything unless it's probably just, I would say, a Greyhound bus ticket.
There you go. FoxWorldTravel.com has all the details. Go there. 855-616-1620 is the WTMJ talk and text line. We'll get to Jackie in New Berlin when we come back. It's the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga for Comfort Awnings. You've heard me talk about the wonderful new retractable awning the team at Comfort Awnings installed at my home. Now I can have all the cookouts and get-togethers in my backyard with a little bit of extra shade and relaxation for my guests. Comfort Awnings is a local family-owned company in Burlington that provides expert installation in southeast Wisconsin and northern Illinois. They always have the best specials going, so make sure to give them a call at 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com to learn more.
Sharks. Most people see them as a threat, but we see a potential cure. At UW Health Carbone Cancer Center, we're the only team in the world researching whether antibodies from sharks can be used to fight cancer. A discovery that would revolutionize the future of cancer care, turning possibilities into remarkable realities. So one day, instead of what if, we can ask what's next. UW Health Carbone Cancer Center. Remarkable.
Rose Gray from Fox World Travel here to bring you exciting news. In partnership with Globus, Insight Vacations, and Avalon Waterways, our 2025 Fox Group Vacations collection is now available. Whether you want to explore Europe, Hawaii, Asia, or beyond, by land or river, our award-winning Fox Group Vacation experts have handcrafted exclusive experiences for people seeking to explore the world. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO. Join us and make memories to last a lifetime.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Nagging pain lasting for months, difficulty performing everyday tasks, not moving like you'd like, it's time to see the doctor. And I recommend Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Anytime I've needed care, the appointments are timely, no waiting weeks to be seen, and no pressure to have surgery. It's about getting the right diagnosis and choosing a treatment plan that fits your life. No question where I turn if I'm injured again. The experts in care at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. It's orthowisconsin.com.
There's a reason people sold to Grandview Homes instead of using a real estate agent.
Not only did we receive a fair offer, but we were able to take as much time as we needed and could leave the house a mess.
Visit GrandviewHomes.com to discover the easiest and fastest way to sell a home.
Welcome back to Ask Hassleus.
Why is abbreviation such a long word? You'd think someone could make it shorter.
You mean like instead of saying buy one, get one, you can just say BOGO.
Yeah, kinda.
Through Monday at Hassleus Mattress, buy a new Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper, or Beauty Rest mattress, and we'll give you a free box spring or an equal amount off an adjustable base.
Or, in other words,
BOGO.
You're a man of few words. I like that.
Find a self-service showroom near you or shop online at hassleus.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. We're all living longer. That means in all of our families, people are facing Alzheimer's, dementia, and other memory-related issues. Azura specializes in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. They're Wisconsin-based, 14 in our state, 4 in our area. I've been in their buildings. They're fantastic. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, empathy and compassion at the core. It's Azura.
Gotta get away? No one does it better. Back to more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane with Rose Gray, 946. Rain coming in this afternoon late, and especially tonight, a high of 68 near the lake and 76 inland, so going to be a beautiful day until that happens. 855-616-1620, the WTMJ talk and text line. Let's go to Jackie in New Berlin. Good morning, Jackie. What's your question?
Good morning. I'm just wondering if there are any tours to Cuba.
There are tours to Cuba. Fox currently is not offering any group tours to Cuba. This is basically, in a nutshell, what happened. We were able to go to Cuba in 17 and 18, 19 possibly, because the world opened up a little bit more in that regard, and people were flooding into Cuba. And so if you remember way back in the old days, you had to be on what was called a people-to-people experience to be able to go to Cuba. And that meant every single day you had to have a very regimented interaction with the Cuban people. It could be in the arts, it could be in culinary, it could be in music, it could be in the villages. It was just very, very laid out. And then when you went through Miami, you got the necessary visa, and it was all a very well run. Then it loosened up a little bit, and the cruise ships started visiting Cuba as well. And so they had excursions, and they still had to comply with the people-to-people regulation. And they were calling riding around in a 57 convertible as part of their people-to-people experience. And I think the government probably said, wait a minute, we're not really seeing this as a people-to-people activity, if you will. The other thing is that when President Trump came into power, I believe that was into office, let's say, he kind of cracked down, because what he was saying is the government owned many of the hotels that the United States tours that were doing these people-to-people trips were using. And when you are paying money to a government hotel, you are essentially paying money to a government and funding their military. Okay, this is the way I'm interpreting it. So in the meantime, things shut down pretty quickly, and now you can go. You may want to look at a company called Intrepid Travel. They do small groups to Cuba. They are legit, and they are absolutely legally doing Cuba with the people-to-people experiences. But right now, Fox is in a wait-and-see. Things got to open up and be a little better and different before probably we will return. Colleen had the great fortune of going. I had the great fortune of going. It was a trip of a lifetime. I will tell you this also, Jackie, there are people who find ways to get there, like fly to Cancun and then fly from Cancun to Cuba, because it seems to be an easier way, and a way that you can maybe make it easier for yourself. But again, as a promoter of safety and travel, I would feel uncomfortable with something like that. I know there's going to be, the text line will blow up with people who will tell me that that's how they did it.
Right.
Or they flew to Toronto and then they flew there, because Canadians don't have the restrictions that the U.S. traveler does. So I hope one day we will return, Jackie, but at this point in time, you're certainly able to travel there. It would just be, with a different tour company.
And that company again, you said was
Intrepid Travel.
Intrepid Travel.
Yep.
All right, Jackie, thank you for that question. We do have to take our final break. We'll get to more of your texts when we come back. 855-616-1620. It's the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
This is WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. We often talk about public safety on my show, the Political Power Hour. It is now that time of the year where we recognize those who go above and beyond their duty. If you know a first responder in your local community that exemplifies this kind of bravery, you can submit their story to WTMJ.com, but do so soon, because we're closing entries by May 12th.
It's Steve Scaffidi's Salute to Service, presented by Waterstone Bank and sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
When you come to Kendor Marine, you'll find parts you didn't even know you needed. And if you're a boating enthusiast, like I know you are, then you're going to love wandering the aisles here. We've staked our reputation on thinking just like you. So we know what you need now and what you're going to need later to keep your boat in tip-top shape. This is Dave Doro, and boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
KendorMarine.com.
Hey boaters!
We have the go-to marine store. And it's not just because we have all the boat parts and supplies you'll ever need, including oddball parts you thought you'd never be able to find. And it's also because we're cheaper than the other guys too. So why shop anywhere else? This is Dave Doro from Kendor Marine. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey boaters, cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
The Mind Chef restaurant in Hartford and Oshkosh just lowered their dine-in Wednesday and Friday fish fry price to $4.99. Kids and grandkids 5 and under eat free from the kids menu. Sunday through Thursday. Call and reserve mindchefrestaurant.com.
Love at first sight. Not everyone knows it. But for our customers who update their home's exterior, they experience it every time they come home. Hi, I'm Randy Miller from All Right Home and Remodeling. Imagine new roofing, siding, windows in the colors and style you've always wanted. And it's not all about looks either. It'll bring warmth, comfort, and energy efficiency too. Whether you've been in your house 5 days or 5 decades, we'll help you fall in love with it. Learn more at ALLRITE remodeling.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Before you pack your suitcase, hear from the experts. Here's more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Dayton here with Rose Gray. May the 4th, Kentucky Derby on today, Cinco de Mayo tomorrow, Brewers, Cubs. There's so much going on this weekend.
Nonstop.
So let's get to final text here before we wrap things up. It says, we are considering going to Buenos Aires and Santiago, Chile, wondering if you could tell us how many days you would recommend spending in each place and if there are any day trips you would recommend.
Yep. So I was fortunate enough to go to Buenos Aires before I did my Antarctica trip because we overnighted in Buenos Aires, then went down to Ushuaia before we got on the ship. And I would definitely go back. I would say personally, I would do 4 days in Buenos Aires. It's a colorful, fun, exciting, easy to get around city, and there's so much culture and so much going on with dancers and history and La Boca and all that kind of stuff. So I would do that. In Santiago, I would do 1 full day in Santiago, and I would do 1 full day in the vineyards outside the city. So you can do 2 days in Santiago, 3. So in a perfect world, I would do 4 in Buenos Aires and 3 in Santiago.
There you go.
All right.
There you have
And then I also want to quickly mention that our good friend Mary, fan of Fox and a loyal listener, said she was with Globus in January and did Cuba. And so my bad, I did not know Globus was back in Cuba again. So that would be, if Jackie's still listening, that would be where we would definitely send you if you were to work with Fox World Travel.
So we started the show with Colleen Allsberg recapping her Japan trip and then announcing the appreciation vacation.
Yeah.
But what other trips did we roll out today?
So we rolled out Morocco with me. That's a 12-day trip happening September 6th to the 17th. Very, very pumped about this to get back to Morocco and really go in depth. And then we've also got Colors of Peru. For all of you who have been asking for Machu Picchu and the Sacred Valley, we've now got a trip that we can offer you. So I do know those are going to roll fast and furious. So if that's something that you are considering, make sure you check it out. FoxWorldTravel.com. Under the vacation tab, you will find group travel, and then you will see Fox Group Vacations every day. Check that every day because more and more things are coming out. If I had more time, I would have even mentioned a few more, including Eastern Europe and the Treasures of Adriatic. So best of Italy for next year. So many new trips coming up that I can't even get to them all. So
all right. Well, let's squeeze in.
Keep listening.
Let's squeeze in one more call if we can here. Marcia from Dousman. Good morning. What's your question?
Good. My daughter is getting married and going to go to Italy.
and on her honeymoon. And I was wondering if she should have global entry or pre-check, or what we would suggest.
Yeah, if you can get global entry in time, because we do know that some of the people who have been calling and texting in have been telling us that the processing has taken an awful long time. Global entry would be the most valuable. TSA would be less valuable because they don't recognize that in foreign countries. That's a United States type situation. So global entry includes TSA, and it's good for 5 years. So if she can make that happen before her honeymoon, get online and make your application, and then they will set up an appointment.
Or she's going to a honeymoon June 15th.
So I very much doubt she will make global entry by that time, and TSA or global entry. But you know what? Give it a whirl. If it happens, that would be great. But I would never be without global entry ever again in my entire life.
Well, you travel all the time, so. All right, let's see. Okay, so we still have 2024 trips open.
Yep.
We've announced a ton of 25. Are we done with 2025 at this point?
I think we've got more coming out.
You still have more?
I think we do. So,
oh my goodness.
Some things that you didn't see before were French Rendezvous, Paris to Rome, cities, countries, countryside, and canals. We didn't talk at all yet about Eastern Europe and the treasures of the Adriatic. We know Best of Italy. That's a standard, and that's up for sale. Again, Colors of Peru and Morocco is kind of what we talked about today, and then Colleen's Appreciation Vacation.
Yes, so lots of options.
Lots and lots and lots of options. And again, certainly if you want to do some research before you give us a call, that's understandable. But I'm telling you, when you can talk to a human being, I was listening to Abby as I was driving in, and she said, if you can talk to somebody, it's always best.
Right.
Because we can qualify. We can ask questions. We can get you that perfect trip.
FoxWorldTravel.com. If you fill out the Let's Connect, there's a little button on the bottom right-hand corner. Put as much information in there as you can about what kind of trip you're looking for, so that on Monday morning, somebody will get that. They'll get directed to the right person, because you guys have specialists in different areas.
We do. And unlike some places where it's all about being an agent and how much can I make from your trip, it's not about that for Fox. It's about giving you the best possible experience so you will be a loyal Fox fan forever and ever, and that you get the right person that is knowledgeable and an expert in your particular destination.
All right, so are you watching a Star Wars movie or drinking a mint julep today?
I'm
What's the
drinking
plan?
a mint julep.
All right.
Yep.
Kentucky Derby all the way?
Kentucky Derby all the way.
Awesome. Well, always good to have you on the show. You here next week?
I am.
We will do it again at 9 o'clock every Saturday. It's the Fox World Travel Show. Coming in next, Danny Clayton and the crew from Annex Wealth Management.
The preceding program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel, and not WTMJ or Good Karma Brands.
Accunet Mortgage